In this video, I'm going to talk about filter bubbles. The term filter bubble was conceived by Eli Pariser. He's got an excellent book and TED Talk of the same name, and it goes into a lot more detail than I'm going to go into here. But in essence, a filter bubble is an effect of AI algorithms which personalise the content you see in your news and social media feeds. This creates bubbles of interest that, whilst are pretty comforting and familiar, they may well close you off to the other news and experiences you should be seeing online. Machine learning algorithms are especially good at finding patterns and correlations across massive data sets. By detecting common characteristics of the content you interact with the most, news publishers and social media companies can identify what's likely to interest you again. Now, they can populate your feeds with content that they're pretty sure that you're going to click, like, and retweet all over again. And they'll monetize your attention by showing you the occasional ad. This might seem like a win-win because the user gets to see relevant content and the company running the AI algorithm retains users and then gets paid for ads. Our social networks comprises of our friends, families and colleagues, people very likely to have similar views to our own. That means you're likely to confirm your bias when everyone else you're exposed to on social media all approve, celebrate and share the same views. The biases become amplified, we get less awareness and less tolerance for opposing views, and become vulnerable to clickbait titles promoting false facts and fake news. So as designers and makers of the web, we've got a responsibility to try to do things better. The concept of a newsfeed has been around long enough to become familiar, but we're only just realising that absent-mindedly scrolling past hundreds of pieces of biased content isn't particularly good for us. The infinite scroll is one of the core mechanics of this behaviour. Perhaps designers of these feeds should introduce warnings after 10 minutes of scrolling that it might be time to go outside, or suggest reading the same stories but from another point of view. Rather than solely filtering by relevance, we could sort by important, opposing views or challenge me. Some experts suggest we need to fight fire with fire. For example, ML-driven browser extension NoBias. This software makes use of an AI algorithm to tag news sites and headlines with political leaning, left and right, to help make it easier for people to discover their own biases. In the end, it's up to each individual person to break out of their bubble, learn to listen to opposing views, find common ground and form their own opinions outside of the echo chamber.